We are live. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Flipside. I'm Sam.
And I'm Jessie.
And this is where we just kind of chill. And it's kind of the end of the week, beginning of the weekend. So we just kind of chill, talk about games, talk about whatever you guys want to bring up. And that's what we got going. Tom is here. Hi, all. Good morning. David says. David Brownlee is also here. So there's two Davids in the chat. David,
nice.
Just plain David.
David.
And then David Brownlee.
Glad you're here.
Pedro Navarro is here. Hello, hello. Good to see you. Thank you for being here, Pedro. Blake is here. What's up, man? Good to see you too, Blake. Andrew Gunner is here. All right, I'm here. I'm ready. I'm going to have a ton of cues that I demand I get A's to.
All right.
No tap dancing around the heavy questions today, sir and madam.
I'm ready.
Hit it, Andrew.
Ding.
You got the cues. We got the A's. Oh, also good morning, Andrew says.
Yes.
Coffee up is absolutely correct.
Tea.
Coffee.
My tea is bigger than your coffee.
I don't think Sam knows how to tap dance.
I think that's an interesting observation, and we should try to test this theory.
No, we should not.
We'll change the camera angle.
No. Absolutely not. Hard stop. No. That would be entirely too much movement for the screen. People would get
You tap dance in a small space. You're not.
People
your
would
body
get
isn't
seasick.
moving.
Just saying. There would be vomiting. That's not good. Or David H. He says, that avatar does not look like David H. Of course, it's probably not my David H.
Oh.
That avatar does not look like a David H.
Maybe.
It's another David H., I would imagine. You know someone means business when they break out to the madam.
I'm telling you, we're in for a ride then. My voice will come back eventually.
And Andrew says, for both of you, why is your spouse so amazing?
Very valid question. I'm the luckiest.
No, that's incorrect. I am often quite the piece of work to be handled. And
I'm the luckiest person in the universe. I'm not kidding.
The flip side of tap dancing, Scott Cruz says.
Telling you, we could bring in some views. Just put you.
Would that make sense? The flip side of tap, that means that you're tap dancing upside down?
Or with your hands?
No. Actually, I would probably be better tap dancing with my hands than I did my feet. Nope, I'm pretty sure I wasn't playing board games with you last night. No, no. My last name is H2.
Yes.
So, but the avatar does not look like my son. But it's one of those AI-looking avatars. So I'm wondering if he let Avatar make him an avatar. AI make him an avatar, and then he uses it. But I don't think it is. He would have said, hi, Dad, by now, probably.
Or David H., we're really glad you're here. Where are you from?
Yeah, that's true, too. He's still being cryptic. Nope, I'm pretty sure I wasn't playing board games with you last night. That's correct. I got that because David Brownlee was the one that was here playing board games with us. But
that was amazing. I didn't get to play with him, which was a disappointment, but it was a really good game night.
Yeah, I didn't get to play any games with David either. I was going to. Then he sat down and started eating dinner with Doug. And 3 other people walked in, so I was like, okay, buddy,
Game on, let's
go. It's your son's secret account.
Maybe.
No, it isn't. He said he's from Austin, Texas.
Oh.
That is not where my son is. So it is good to have you, David, whether or not you're related to me.
Or
both of you.
Whether or not you're the David that was here or the David that wasn't here.
And my avatar wasn't AI generated. It was a caricature from my 1-year anniversary.
Oh, that's cool.
I'm judging from an avatar that's like this big on my screen, and I'm like, so forgive me. Wouldn't tap dancing with your hands just be drumming?
See, that's why he's saying he could do that.
I could probably do that. But
how about we pull up a scene?
How about no? Whatever you were about to say, how about no?
Fred Astaire
No.
doing moves.
Exactly.
And you mimic it with your hands.
No. And again, no. What game do you each dislike losing to the other the most?
What do I dislike losing to you? I mean, I lose a lot, so I would say a game that I'm fully invested in and I actually think I'm going to win.
What game is that, though?
Any one of them.
What game do you think?
Game?
Like for me, easy. Memoir 44.
Right. If I were to beat you at Memoir 44, which I don't think has ever happened.
No, it has.
You remember this, huh?
I do. You pulled out a squeaker right at the end. And
you mean with one of these, I don't know if this will work kind of things?
No, it was with an incredibly good die roll that I was like, there's no way she's going to win here.
Oh, I do remember that.
And you did.
It might be any game that I'm like, oh, I got this. I got this.
I really don't mind.
Yeah, I don't either.
I really don't mind. But on a general level, I mean, there might be, like she's saying, there might be some game where it's like, I got this, I'm going to win.
Yeah.
And then something unexpected happens. Right. Yeah, that could rub you raw for a few seconds. But then it's like, who cares? Tim and I actually just talked about this on...
Western Contingent.
On Western Contingent. It's going to go up on Monday. I still have to edit that. I just remembered.
We got all weekend.
Yeah, you think. But anyway, that's going to go up on Monday, and we just talked about winning and whether or not it's important. Because... And I won't give too much of it away, but the idea is, you know, there are some people, and Tim and I are not, there are some people that are just all about the winning.
I know people like that, and I've played with them.
All about the winning. And
yes.
It's like, and I get it's because that's what makes it fun.
Well, and that, I mean, the point of the game, in all of the games, is actually to win.
Yeah. Yeah.
How to win is how, you know, how to score and how to win is in every instruction.
Yes, it is. True.
So it is a relevant part of the game, but yeah.
Right. We went a little bit more metaphorical, I guess, on it instead of, are you okay?
Yeah.
Instead of just like, well, it's part of the game. You should play the game as part of. No,
no,
it's like I mean, some people are like.
Oh no, some people are.
You know, I don't. It's like I've actually played games with people, and we sat down to play a cooperative game, and we explained to them that it was a cooperative game, and then after the explanation, they're like, "But how do I win?"
Right.
And they were being serious.
No,
they weren't being joking. But how do I win? How can I beat you?
Right.
No, this is cooperative.
Right.
We are playing against the game. No, but how do I win?
Right.
You
play a different game.
You play a different game.
That's how you win. You play a different game.
Tom says, I know Blood Rage is heavier than Jessie would like, but have you tried to teach her to play anyway?
Oh, I've played Blood Rage
She's
multiple
played
times.
Blood Rage a few times, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it, actually, a lot.
But honestly, and Blood Rage is one of those games that I do not care if I lose.
Right.
I just enjoy playing the game.
Yeah, I like it.
If Blood Rage isn't in Sam's required games to know starter pack, I'll be shocked.
It would definitely be in there.
Well, there was about 3 weeks where we locked ourselves in a room, and I taught you all of those required games that you had to play. You had to know how to play. That was before our engagement and everything like that. Just joking, we didn't do that.
I'm happy to learn any game he'll teach me.
No, she's not.
I'm not playing TI4.
See?
And I even know it. I'm not doing that.
You can't say I'm willing to play any game.
The good thing is
Your
Sam
hands
knows.
are so hot.
It's because my tea is
Stop
hot.
it. And that wasn't a compliment. That was like, stop touching me. Because you have like Iron Man hands right now.
See, that's
Stop
boringly
it.
cold.
No, this is regular.
No, I like it warm.
You know those hand warmers that you
No,
can
I
stick
love those.
inside? Oh my gosh, stop it.
That's amazing. It's
No,
like a
it's
heat
not.
pack.
Yeah, that's why I don't like it.
I notice how I hold my tea. Sam's like, coffee barely on the hands. And I'm like, fully invested here. Let's go.
It's considerably cooler in this part of the house than it is upstairs, which is one of the reasons why she acts like she's freezing.
I'm like this with my tea every morning.
Yes, that's true.
I've been known to use it as a hot water bottle at work. I'm like, oh, just put it like right here. Like just get the shoulders. I do. My kids know it.
You need to stop treating your tea like a whoopee. That's what you need to stop
It is
doing.
my whoopee.
Andrew says, I get board game irritated sometimes. That dissipates the moment the game does. Like the dreaded 3-player Rising Sun game of Dice Tower West where my spouse allied with another con goer for the entire game. Well, Andrew, there are therapists out there where you can go talk about these kinds of things. Doug says, Emily is all capital letters, all about winning.
Emily's a very good player.
Yeah, well, she's coming here, and I'm going to lay the smack down.
She's just going to win.
She is. She's going to win.
So,
her or Doug. One of them.
Well, yeah.
One of the two.
One will be first, one will be second. Sam will be third, I'll be in last.
That's not true.
That's how it's going to roll.
Spoken like a true shark. Pedro Navarro. I played Tiny Epic Game of Thrones with my wife, and let me tell you, we have to stop after I play the Red Wedding card.
Oh, dear.
And it was super fun, and we didn't finish.
That's okay.
I don't know what the Red Wedding card does, although I think...
I know what the Red Wedding was.
wasn't that where everybody dies?
Yeah.
Sounds like a diplomacy move. Game of Thrones is a very diplomacy-esque kind of game. Tom says, that's okay, Jessie. I really don't have a desire to play TI4 either.
See?
That's not really a good barometer, though, bro. I mean, let's just be honest.
I mean, I have games here that I probably won't play on the shelf behind us because they're above my level or they're not something I would enjoy. But Sam's really good at knowing what I like.
I'm thinking about getting the game that we played with JT that I played with JT yesterday. I think you would enjoy it.
Oh, yeah? Mm-hmm. The Witcher? Isn't that what you
It's called Witcher Path of Destiny, but it's a story-driven card drafting game. So you're drafting cards that you put into your hand, and then you're playing them in a specific order so that they combo off of each other, but they also give you the elements that you want to lean towards in the story. So usually every chapter you play has two sides. You can either like fight the guy or talk to him and try to figure out what his deal is.
Okay.
So you're playing cards that represent what your character is leaning towards. And then once it's determined in 3 different phases where we're going to do, then we flip to the next page in the book and read what the outcome is. So it's like a choose your own adventure with card drafting. It was actually really fun.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
It was actually really fun. Maya's all about winning too. David Brownlee says, highly competitive spouse is the best.
Yeah.
I don't know about highly competitive. I think a competitive spouse is great because you want to play a game against them. You want them to do the best that they can do. You want to do and that's a good, but having a highly competitive,
That's not me.
I don't want ketchup being thrown and spoons racketing off the, being chased around the house with a wooden spoon. That doesn't sound good to me. Andrew says, nah, Ashley is just too nice. He asked before I did, and she didn't want to hurt his feelings by breaking the alliance.
Of course she did.
That sounds like me. If I break an alliance, it's rare. It is super rare. If I ally myself with somebody in a game, I will usually
keep that ally.
Keep that alliance, and I will be pissed if they break it.
Right.
Because I will usually keep an alliance to my detriment, just so that the alliance holds, and then get backstabbed.
Right.
Oof. Anyway, Path of Destiny intrigues me much more than Old World did. Well, they are two different games. Old World was much more about adventure and exploration. Whereas, like performing things to accomplish this or get this reward. Going here to beat this monster so that I can get this thing. Path of Destiny is much more of a story game.
Really?
It's much more of it's like reading a choose your own adventure book. And then once it becomes time to make your decision, you play the game. And then after you've reached that point where you need to it's reading that book again.
That's cool.
It's really interesting.
Wasn't Solomon Kane kind of like that?
No, Solomon Kane is much heavier than Path of Destiny. Path of Destiny, I think, is listed as like a 2.25. Whereas Solomon Kane was well above a 3, I think.
Right.
Spouses who cooperate as a team in competitive games are the worst.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I think what Andrew was saying, though, David, and I think you might understand this, I'm just clarifying it. What Andrew is saying is the exact opposite of that. She allied with somebody against Andrew. But yes, spouses who you're playing
individually, but in
a competitive game and they help each other.
Yeah.
Emily's competitive spirit is my antidote to senility.
Yeah. Emily is your antidote to senility. She keeps you on your toes.
No,
she's
specifically,
amazing.
her competitive spirit is.
She's amazing.
Yeah. Hey, some people are into being chased with a wooden spoon, Blake says. Careful. This is why I don't play games with alliances, because when I play, it's everyone for themselves.
Yeah.
David Belling says, same, there's a difference between highly competitive and violently unhinged.
That almost made me spew. That was funny.
All right, Glenn just asked, what 2025 cons are you going to this year? Surprisingly enough, I don't really know just yet.
I thought you were going to Origins. We haven't clarified that.
I have not clarified. There is a possibility I'm going to Origins. I think it is all but written in stone that I will not be going to Dice Tower East. And
I'm also assuming you probably will be going to the retreat, but maybe I'm wrong.
Maybe the retreat, but I don't know. If they don't bring me in for Dice Tower East, why would they bring me in for the retreat?
Right.
It's in the same place.
Don't know.
But it's just the thing. Dice Tower is a little bit. Everybody saw the Kickstarter, so their money is tight for the Dice Tower this year, but not for bad reasons.
They're moving into a big,
they're moving into a new,
beautiful new space,
5,000 square foot space in another city that's 3 hours away, 3.5 hours away. I think 2.5, whatever, 3 hours, and on top of that.
They moved their families.
I think all of them are moving to Fort Myers as well. So, except for possibly one person. But anyway, it's so that's the reason why I'm not being brought into Dice Tower East, is because, first of all, I'm the one that lives the farthest away, so my ticket is the most expensive, so. That's just the way it is. They're cutting out a lot of fat, so to speak, from the budget for Dice Tower East when they don't bring me in. So, and coupled with the purse strings just have to be a little bit tighter this year. It's just that's the way it is. So I don't know that I'm going to Dice Tower East or the retreat. I do not know. I do not know about Gen Con. There is a possibility that I'm going to Origins, but I have to clarify that with Berkey before I go any further with that. But really that one, there's Commas Con here in a couple of weeks that I'll be going to that. I think I'm going to be I'm meeting with Daryl.
I think you said Monday.
Well, maybe Monday. I don't know. It depends because
You do something else on Mondays.
Don't know about what's happening on Monday yet. So if I do have Monday free, if Daryl has it free, I'll probably meet with him, but I don't know. So those are the Origins is the only one that's really on my radar right now. I don't know how Gen Con's going to work because
we just don't know yet. That's all.
Yeah, just don't know yet.
But we'll let you guys know as soon as we know.
Andrew says, "Oh yeah, I just meant as far as Witcher games go. Old World, I was kind of blah on, but after seeing your playthrough yesterday, yeah, I'll snag that one if the chance came up." Yep. My wife still remembers the move I did playing Ticket to Ride 7 years ago. Wow.
She really wanted that train.
It's funny that Ticket to Ride.
That gets people so...
One of the most anemic, easy games can really make people's blood boil.
Yeah, it does. I agree.
I mean, I've heard countless stories.
Right.
I have one of my own.
Yeah.
Where I was playing with when David was just a little thing. And his mom, and we were playing Nordic countries. Mm-hmm. And David just, out of the blue,
took your dragon.
He didn't have anything else connected to it. And then he proceeded to go, And he cut off all 3 routes to the northern half of the board just because. And after that third one,
you were pissed.
I took my hand of cards, which at that point was pretty hefty, because I had been trying to work around all of the little that he had been doing, and threw it on the board, and that was the end of the game. I'm not proud of it, but oh my goodness.
Ticket to Ride.
Ticket to Ride will make your blood boil. Alan Moon.
And Ticket to Ride Pandemic.
Uh-huh. Not Pandemic. Legacy.
Pandemic.
Legacy. Ticket to Ride Legacy.
Legacy.
Not Pandemic Legacy. There is no Ticket to Ride Pandemic.
Although
that would be an interesting... That would be an interesting... Like if a pandemic happened and all you could use were railroads and you had to play cards out of your hand to move.
To avoid the
that's interesting.
Pandemic. Sure.
When is FOFOBG Con 225?
Well, I'm sure eventually that will happen, but maybe not this year.
Yeah, Friends of the Flipside of Board Games Con. Yeah, I don't know. First of all, I probably wouldn't call it that. That is an incredibly unpithy name.
AppleCon.
Definitely not calling it that. Definitely not calling it that.
Apple Capital Con.
What are you, like, burping over there? What are you doing? I was thinking like something similar, like, simple, like Flipside Con or something like that.
Telling you.
But, oh yeah, that's even better, Andrew. Friends of Flipside Board Gaming Con. It's going to cost $3,000 just for the banner alone because it's so big. No. Let's see. Pedro, we all have that one move we did in Ticket to Ride, Doug says. That's when we discovered the invisible line that you do not cross.
Right. Do not do that.
That is correct. Blake Cavney says, I always love how the internet made a big deal about Tom betraying Laura in Cosmic Encounter, but she didn't care at all. Yeah, that's probably true, but it's because he lied to his wife. He bold-faced lied to his wife.
It's a game.
I understand that, but he still bold-faced lied to his wife. And super betrayed her. It wasn't just like, I'll take this one and you don't get it. No, it's I win, you lose. Thanks for the help as I step on your back after lying to you. That's why that was. But yeah, she's very even-keeled as far as that's concerned. Blake says, I know Sam's Ticket to Ride story. Didn't Sam once get water thrown in his face during a game? Yes, and I've never played that game again. It was called C&C something. I can't remember what it was now. But yeah, it was... no, that's going to bug me. I'm not going to worry about it. Yeah, so I was sitting next to a person. He was a soldier in the Army on base. And we got to a point in the game where the whole game was a semi-cooperative game. Mm-hmm. We're all cooperating to try to beat the monsters, but there could only be one winner.
Right.
And there was... The guy that was sitting next to me was set up to get something accomplished that he really needed to get accomplished in order to have a chance at winning.
Yeah.
I didn't allow that to happen.
Right.
Because I needed to go do something that was...
To set you up for...
To set me up for winning the game. I didn't even really get in his way. I just stopped him from doing what he was going to do that round.
Right.
Splash! I can't believe you, blah, 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 blah. I walked away.
I guess we're done playing this game.
Yeah, we're done playing this game. No, it wasn't Australia. It was something else. Let's see here. Guatemala Cafe has the same blocking potential as Ticket to Ride. My board game, this is David. My flipped 2 games in a row. We haven't played it since. By the way, thanks y'all for bringing up jerk moves and Ticket to Ride, given that's what we're playing with Sam and Jessie today. Yep.
I'm just getting you ready.
There's a lot of jerk moves in
Let's go.
When you're playing against somebody who is all about winning. I'm just saying. Friends of Flipside board gaming com. We already read that. What? FOBG is genius.
Who said that?
Andrew. Eric! What's up, man? You ain't been here all week.
Glad you're here.
So, okay. On Tuesday, I choose to do TI4 for one of the games that we're going to go over because Eric
always guesses
TI4. So I'm like, this is the one time where Eric's is going to he's going to win. Like, outright win. Not somebody giving it to him. No, he's going to outright win because he's going to just be goofy.
And say TI4.
TI4, and I'm going to go, you're right, Eric. Who doesn't show up to Tuesday's live stream? It's your fault, buddy. It's not mine.
That's funny.
That's fun. Good to see you, Eric. Doug and I were just talking about you last night. Wondering where you've been. We weren't talking about you. We were just wondering where you've been. In fact, trademarked. Now you can't use it. I wasn't going to anyway. Eric says, I've been saying TI4 for nearly a year. I should win by default. What's the phrase that many contests use? Must be present to win. There you go.
That's pretty funny, though.
Flipping con, Blake says. Nah. Doug says, hello, Eric. We were already bummed to not see the weekly TI4 guest finally pay out big. Here's the thing. David actually did guess it in Eric's stead, but he guessed it on the wrong one. He guessed it on the first one, and I saved TI4 till last. Hoping that Eric would eventually show up, but he didn't. Blake says, Tom Vassell once told a story about the game Spiky Dastards, the only game in the Dice Tower Con history to have both drawn blood and made someone swear like a sailor.
What?
Yep. It's because it has, I don't remember the exact mechanisms of the game, but it has a bunch of pieces that are like super sharp and spiky.
Hence the name.
And I think you have to grab things off of the table. And so if two people are going for the same one,
stabby.
yeah, you get punctured. And obscenities may fly. I don't think I was part of that game, but I did hear about it. And to rub my face in it, Eric says, you give 2 winning prizes, but not for me. Well, maybe not Skip Tuesdays anymore. I'm just saying. That's the way it goes. Andrew says, Australia. No, it wasn't Australia. Tom Vassell also once told a story about how the table got flipped and he also got mooned at the same time. So somebody flipped the table and he got mooned at the same time. What is he doing?
I don't know.
Is he twitching? He's dreaming. Got it. Strider's over there sleeping, making noises, but he's dreaming. That's why you sent me an email Monday night saying there wasn't going to be a museum stream on Tuesday. JK. She's kidding.
I was like,
I did not do that. Andrew says, must be present to win. My wife says I'm a gift every day, so I should win everything.
That's a pretty good line.
No, it's not. It's self-absorbed. Anyway.
I don't know if Ashley says that. She does.
All right. So what games did you play last night?
I taught River Valley Glassworks.
Since we're not getting any good questions from the actual
I played River Valley Glassworks twice.
All right, so
Taught it twice.
Taught it twice.
One was just to Dante and I. Mm-hmm. And the other one was...
taught Dante how to play.
I taught Dante how to play, and then we played.
So now Dante knows how to play Valley Glassworks.
Yes.
Improperly.
I haven't even played this game with you.
I made multiple mistakes in both of the games that I taught how to play. You
haven't
did play
even
more.
played this game with you.
Huh? I know you haven't. I've played it once on the cruise, and I haven't played it since.
I'll play it with you.
Uh-huh.
So I played River Valley Glassworks twice. I played Tiny Towns. I think those are the only 3 games I played. Because I did a lot of hosting.
Yeah.
I was walking around. I was introducing myself to people. I was making sure they were on tables. I was moving people off tables to make room.
Yeah.
I was doing hosting. But I played 3 games. All with different people, actually.
I played 2 games. If you
River
count...
Valley Glassworks with Dante, and then I played with Kate and Bella and Mandy. So 3 young women. And then I played Tiny Towns with Daphne and Dante. And then a mother and daughter. So it was really awesome.
You played a 5-player game of Tiny Town.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So I was like, somebody
I played 3 games too, I think. If you count Crokinole. Yeah. We played a game of Crokinole, me and Phil. Well, we played a couple of games of Crokinole. But
David brought his really cool Crokinole board.
Yeah.
That was cool.
He brought his Crokinole board, David Brownlee did, and then taught us how to play. One butt cheek on the seat and everything. That's apparently one of the rules. You have to have at least one butt cheek on the seat when you're lining
So
up.
you can't be standing up.
Right.
Yeah.
And he taught Phil and I to play first thing. So Phil and I sat down and did that, and we were just goofing around. We didn't actually play a full game of it. I don't even know what the full game is. It's probably until you score a certain number of points or something like that. But so we did that a little bit, and then after that, I was going to play a game of Tofu Shifu, I think is what it's called.
Yes.
Which makes me wonder: is Shifu chef? Is that what that means? I don't know because if that's true, Kung Fu Panda's master was a chef the entire time. That's master or teacher. Okay. All right. Good.
So his name was Master.
Tofu Master is what it's called.
He was so.
No. This was
Master Shifu was Master.
Yes, Master or Master Teacher. But anyway, okay. So I was going to play Tofu Shifu.
And that looked really neat.
David set it up. And I was just waiting for him to set it up, playing Crokinole with Phil, me and Phil. And then David and Doug were going to sit down and play Tofu Shifu. I get up, look over. Doug and David are just eating. And then at the same time, I looked over, they're eating food. I'm like, okay, well, we're going to wait a little. And then I look over and there's 2 more people walk in. Well, I guess I'm not playing Tofu Shifu.
Guess I'm on a table.
So that's the way it goes. Let's see here. I played. She actually does say that.
She who? Ashley?
Ashley, yeah. She says, my wife says I'm a gift every day, so I should win everything. And you said, no, she doesn't say that. He said she does, but she's incorrect. I'm a piece of work. Blake says he played the customer service game last night.
I bet. That's a battle right there.
Yeah, it is. Hey, I asked that question a while back in the chat. I didn't see it. Sorry, Tom. Last night
not on live chat.
Yes, I am. First one to 100. I got really lucky in that first volley. Crokinole, and I scored 45 points in the first. Yeah. Because I got two of them in the hole, and then I had a whole bunch on. It was the first time Phil had played, so he was still trying to figure out all that kind of stuff.
My fingers don't work, so.
Let's see. Last night we got to see the cascading river of classworks thanks to Dante. What does that mean?
River of glass. And the cascading river as he dropped the whole bag.
He did?
You didn't see this?
No.
He stood up and forgot the bag was on his lap. We were over ordering our coffee and pizza, and he goes, a whole plastic bag. He looked and he goes, oh, I forgot they were on my lap. I'm surprised you didn't see that.
And see, here I thought the reason I found one of those little pieces on the floor was just because somebody dropped one of them.
Oh, the whole bag.
Dang.
Upside down.
There's probably more in there somewhere then.
I have extra sets because I got scammed,
yeah.
So. Yeah, I'm saying. He did drop the, and it was the bag was upside down on his lap. So as he stood up, it didn't just fall, all of them fell.
Andrew says, first, Tom says, how many people did you have last night?
We had
a lot.
We had 31
Wow, 31.
31
really?
Coming and going.
Well, and we did, one of the reasons
all the tables
for that,
full.
Yeah, one of the reasons for that is that a friend of ours at the church, Kristen,
Yes.
who is also part of the Stitch group, which is a
is
college age group at church.
Yep.
She is relaying the message whenever we have a game night to the people
And
at
they are
Stitch because the
showing
people at Stitch love playing games together.
They're showing up.
And they are showing up en masse.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's really cool.
I think we had.
I was talking to Doug the other last night, and he was like, it was so cool having all those college people there because they really changed the dynamic
Right.
of the ambiance.
Right.
The energy that they bring into the room is amazing.
It was super fun.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
First one to 100 is the game ender for Crokinole, David says. Thank you, sir. Andrew says he has River Valley Glassworks set up for solo right now in front of him. Oh, legit question. Doing a final roundup of collection adding for our church board game. Bring social gathering to center on the church again ministry. I'm got the okay for.
Okay, you got an okay to start a social board gaming
club.
group. That's
Got
awesome.
it. What two games do you both think need to be present at the first meeting of that type, if more introductory church group? Just one?
Just one.
That needs to be there.
For sure. I mean, I always like telestrations because it just causes laughter.
And I would say Telestrations, yeah. That's the next one that immediately came to mind. Those two are and now Telestrations is not my favorite game.
No,
but
I'm
I will
terrible
say
at it,
that
but it does create laughter.
It does create a lot of laughter, a lot of conversation.
Mm-hmm.
It breaks the ice really well.
And it goes up. You can get a set that goes up to 12.
Yes. Yeah, the big box. The
Yeah.
big box goes up to 12. I think the regular box only
to
goes
6
to
or something.
6 or 8.
You can get the big box up to 12. And so I would say telestrations and just one.
I mean, I think TI4 should be there too. Don't do that, Andrew. But no, I think those are the two games that you should absolutely have there. Now,
what about like a...
If you can get Ito would be another good one. But you might... I've never played Ito. I've just watched it played. I know how it plays. But I don't know if there are any cards that could be considered inappropriate. If you do bring Ito, look through it first just to make sure. I don't know that there is one. I'm just wondering. Green Team Wins is a good one too. That's a good icebreaker, introductory level game. And it also sparks a lot of... It's one where you get to know people because... kind of backwards. Because you get to know what they think is popular or what they think everybody else thinks is popular. So that's a good one too. So I think I would go with those. Those are 4 examples of games. Ito, Green Team Wins, Telestrations, Blob Party is another one. There we go. We gave 5. Blob Party is very similar to Green Team Wins, but because you're trying to get the most popular answer so that you can... And so there's a question. And so then everybody has to answer that question. And then all of the people that answered the same go into one blob. And so at the beginning of the game, you'll have 5 or 6 different blobs out there. And then you'll ask another question.
Oh, yeah, we
and
played
those
this
people, and then when you have the same answers, those blobs go. And the whole point of the game is, I think, within 7 questions, everybody has to be part of the same blob. So that's a really cool one as well. And the cool one about that is that there is absolutely no player count.
Right, you can do that.
You can play up to... We
played it at one of the retreats or Dice Tower East.
Dice Tower East.
East.
Not this year, but but last year, I think. And the comedian Grant.
I can picture his face.
I can't remember his last name, but Grant, the comedian Grant. Man, I'm so bad with names. He at the end of his set that he did at the con, It was like he did a half-hour comedy sketch.
Yeah, it was funny.
And at the end of that, we played Block Party, the whole group. There was like 200 of us there.
Yeah, it was fun.
So it was cool. Let's see here. Vanessa says, hey everyone, playing D&D today. That's cool.
Fun.
Tom commissioned a spinball board.
What is spinball?
I don't know what spinball is. We'll hear later. Also, apologies for the expository explosion before the question. That was Sent Fat Fingers typo style.
No,
I figured it was. It was either that or a stroke, one of the two. So I'm glad to hear it was just your fat fingers. You could have played blue in Tofu Shifu, Sam. We had not taken the first turn when you came back to the table. The problem was, at that point, I was halfway through the game that we started. Yeah. And they had only done the explanation. So, yeah, I wasn't going to sit down and have them do the explanation all over again. Let's see here. We haven't started. We haven't started yet, and the rest of the group is talking Magic. So I've got some time to kill right now. There you go.
Hanging out with us.
Glad we're Plan B.
I love it.
Oh, it actually gave a little thumb.
Over my face.
Yeah, over your face. My dad once spilled Coke all over the car while driving once. Yeah. My dad farted in the car once, and he started laughing so loud because of everybody's... I mean, he started laughing so hard, not loud. He started laughing so hard because of everybody's reaction that he passed out while he was driving. I just one-upped your Coke story. Blake says, I once spilled White Claw all over the floor while watching the Nutcracker Ballet. However, it wasn't my fault. It was a faulty cup holder.
Or you had ballet feet while watching it. He was trying to move along.
He was moving along with the Nutcracker. Do you take over the whole shop? Yeah. Well, actually, we don't take over the whole shop. We rent out the shop.
We rent the shop. But yes, we do.
By the way, did we play her? Did we?
I did.
Okay. Yeah, we rent out the shop for a fee that that the owner charges us, which is actually heavily discounted than what she normally charges people.
It's awesome. But yes, the entire shop was filled last night.
Yeah, we had
31.
Every table was being used.
Every table.
Every table was being used, so that was cool.
In fact, at one point, people came with a group of 3, and there weren't any tables. So I got up from Tiny Towns and moved some people around and moved some stuff around and made room and made a whole other table.
Yeah, that's cool. Hey, Vanessa, are you playing a druid? Just guessing from your work with the trees. I spilled almost an entire cup of coffee in my car last year. The lid popped off just as I was putting it into the cup holder.
I do that frequently. That's once every month.
It's usually in my car, too.
But that is a literal every month.
Yeah. Love that.
He does love that.
Let's see.
It is me every time.
I once spilled a cup of noodle in my lap.
Oh, that's hot.
Yeah.
Like temperature.
David, not this time. I'm a goblin rogue. That fits. That's like Vanessa to a T. She's short and she likes to steal things.
She does.
Sorry.
Wow.
That was kind of funny. I'm sorry. That was kind of funny. She doesn't like to steal things. She is kind of short though. She's your size, literally.
I know.
Let's see here. David Brownlee says I was close. I see. Rogue, Goblin Rogue, Druid, close.
See?
That's not really close. I do have a Druid character that I played a couple of one-offs with. Maybe someday I'll play a campaign with her. College peeps playing with you folks. Must be kind to the elderly month. That's pretty much what it is.
Truth.
Yeah. Or we're just cooler than you are.
It was really fun. By the way, it was a great
It is
game
definitely
night.
be kind to. We had some cool, I mean, we had a really diverse crowd. We had all the way from high schoolers,
yeah,
all the way up to
a couple of 80-year-olds.
80-year-old people. I mean to tell you, that's a very cool, that's one of the coolest things about the night.
Yeah, yeah,
Period, end of discussion.
yeah.
I don't care
fun.
how many games I got played. We hosted an event where we had
From 16
multiple
to
generations
86.
being entertained at the
was
same time.
Awesome.
That was very
The
cool.
couple that showed up, boy, Jim and Barb, if you're watching, I really hope you are.
Yeah.
They were awesome, awesome people.
Yep.
I really, really like them. You know who we missed
cool.
is Kenny and Karen, though.
Yeah, no, they weren't there. They weren't there. But I mean, usually if they don't come, it's because they're doing something with their
something else.
grandkids
Yeah.
or something.
That was an awesome night. I mean, it was really spectacular. I was smiling.
Yep. Very
It
cool.
was really good.
Very cool. Just One was the first game that went on the pile. I'll have to look into Telestrations. Yep, Ito is on the pile as well. Good job. Blake says, one time on the Dice Tower, they were playing Telestrations. The word was couch potato, and it turned into a tray of poop. That's not too far
I
off.
can see that. That's not bad.
That's not too far off. Looking for their merit badge. Oh,
The
college
young people,
peeps.
the
College
young people
peeps
hanging
looking
out
for
with
their
us,
merit badge.
elderly.
There you go. Detective Club could be a good introductory game. I'd love to have a game day at our church, Vanessa says. Detective Club could be a good introductory. That is also true.
Yeah.
Detective Club would be good. Any non-party type games you would take to a church game night?
We take them all the time.
Yeah, we take them all the time. We take the same games, really, that we take from one night to another. Sometimes they are back to back. Like one is on Friday and the other one's on Saturday. So we literally don't even unpack the bags. But we do have bags that are here, and these are the ones that we take to game nights. And often I will open them up and switch things around.
Yeah.
But there are
There's some
core
that we bring,
games.
like Tiny Town. We don't usually bring Tiny Towns, but Tiny Towns is a really good game to bring.
Did you play it the way JT likes or the way that JT doesn't like?
I don't know. Which way does JT like?
JT likes
Using
the
the
one
hammer to
where
pass
you
it
have a
around.
master builder
Yeah.
and they get to choose what kind of shape.
That's what we did. Only because Daphne doesn't like it when the cards and they never come up and they never give her what she wants.
It's all about Daphne,
It
isn't
is.
it?
It is. Do you want
let's
to? I
see
was going to
here.
say, do you want to show what we brought to game night? Is that?
I mean, sure, we can.
I'll get the bags.
No, I got it.
Just so you can kind of see what we bring to game night. I don't know where you are on chat though.
I'll get back. I'll just move this stuff over and you can open it as...
Right, we can just keep talking and we'll show.
Hamster roll is actually a good... Why is there a tea bag on my chair?
Okay, because my tea is done.
We're not actually going to open all of these. We're just going to show you. So I'm trying to put these on a box so that you can just take off.
Okay, here we go. We're all both here. I promise. While Sam is doing it, I'll show you some of the things that we brought. I'm starting with box number 1. Run, run, run. Oh. Comic Hunters. Tiny Towns.
Other direction. Roar.
This is the big box then. I actually really like Hamster Roll. Fun one to bring.
That's another good one that you could probably take, Andrew, if you can find it.
This giant box of Critter Kitchen.
Yeah, that didn't get played last night. It did get played at our last church game night.
Yeah.
Wrath of Fire Mountain is another pretty good one that we brought. And again, we're showing you the ones that we brought just to give you an idea of the kind of stuff that we bring. We've already talked about the ones that we played. I played, First Ride, that's a good one. I played In the Footsteps of Marie Curie, and I actually found a rule that we played wrong on the channel.
That's what you said.
That has to do with the card, but it's a small rule. But it's
Well,
a small rule that it makes the game go longer.
Yeah.
So if you play the rule right,
Love
it
this
goes
game.
shorter.
Stone Spine
Architects, that's a good one. See you later, Vanessa. Have fun slaying the castle.
The art project.
Yep. Also a good cooperative game.
This one comes every week, every time.
Every time. This is a great game.
This one does not come out of the game bag. This one comes every time. Every game night.
I know where it is because it's always in the game bags that we take. And we had
Umbrella.
we had a lady ask
that
about
the 80-year-old couple said that they want to come back. Jim and Barbara.
Barbara, yeah.
They said they want to come back, and she said, I want to learn a new game.
Yeah.
She goes, and I really, really like the colors, and I love umbrellas, so I want you to teach me this game.
That will be good.
Ooh, this one I love.
No, Cards Against Humanity will not work at a church.
No.
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 Do not do that. I know you're joking, Blake.
Tangram City.
TI4, it's not like he needs it for Tuesday's museum. Gaming with ADHD, is there anything you wouldn't take to game night?
Well, I mean, yes.
Yes, TI4 wouldn't go because it's just not, you can't play it in those time frames. That's like how I'm always the youngest person at bingo, but I don't care. I love playing bingo. And then Vanessa says, charming all the old ladies at bingo.
I'm sure. For a shuffle. River Valley Glassworks.
Yeah, David says with a questionable number of pebbles in them now.
Maybe. We have the expansion with the glass somewhere. Keepers. Just because this game is so visual.
This one is super
Tell them
visual.
about this one.
This is a great game. The designer's name, Byron Georgian. Georgian, is a professional photographer, and this game has many of his.
Oh, all of the pictures are his.
Yeah, all of the pictures are his, but I'm not saying that they're all of the pictures that he's taken.
No,
but all of the pictures in this box are pictures that he has taken professionally as a wildlife photographer. So that's what this game is all about. Is by Van Ryder Games, and so basically what you're trying to do here is
wouldn't be bad for a church thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm focusing on. This would be great if you can find this game. This would be great for a church setting, especially introductory, where you don't know what everybody's going to like or dislike. This is a very likable game because of how people like good-looking pictures. So look into this one. Check it out. Is this a ploy to get me to unpack all of the game boxes?
Nope.
That didn't get played this week, but it's been played in the last 2.
I'm missing a bag.
That's because I have it over here.
Oh.
Horrified is also another one that gets played a lot at these kind of events. This one got pulled out, but I don't know that it got played. I saw them walking around with it, asking people to play it, but it didn't get actually played.
No, I think we should repack the games for next time to kind
of. Yeah, I have one more bag over here.
See, I said that. I was like, I'm missing a bag. Because Gorinto is in there. I don't know that game, though.
What's that? What game?
Gorinto? That's one I don't think I would know, T.
This one got played. This is one of the games that I played last night, Nyakuza. And I found another rule in that game that I had been playing wrong.
That would have been
helpful. And it makes the game a
because
lot more viable. I'm like, okay, game isn't broken anymore. Cool.
Because I was struggling to get points or dollars on that game. That was hard.
Monolith is one that was in the boxes. That's a really good one. Sheriff of Nottingham.
I think that's
if you have that would be a good one to take for a game night. Gorinto is one she was just talking about. That's a one where you're trying to collect different sets of elements and score points with them. Canvas is a great game.
Daphne asked for that one specifically.
Yeah.
She didn't play it, but she asked for it.
Bomb Busters.
Yes. This is one that could go to church for sure.
And then these two get played
Frequently
as well, In the Footsteps of Darwin. And this is going to be another one, In the Footsteps of Marie Curie. That's going to be one that I get that gets brought. It plays faster with that rule correction that I found last night. So they're both really good, and they're both super simple, and they both have that super focus on a prominent figure from history, which I really enjoy.
I do too, but Darwin is...
You know what? I brought it to churches as well. And the thing about the possible disconnect, if you bring this one, is that, how much his work has been used
right
by scientists to battle creationism.
Right.
The thing is that this game doesn't even touch on evolution.
He's very scientific.
It's all about the
scientific
scientific work
studies,
that Darwin did as he traveled around the world, and his observance and note-taking and journal writing about all of the different species that he encountered. That's all that game is about. This one is also in that same vein. As you can tell, it has very similar artwork. It's by the same company called Sorry We Are French. And it is very much it has a cube tower, which is which is a mechanism that I super enjoy in games, where you're going to be taking cubes and dropping them into a tower, and then whatever comes out, it has different levels in there that are at different angles and all that kind of stuff, and it'll keep some of the cubes from falling all the way through, but they'll get jostled out when you drop more in later on. It's just a really cool mechanism. It's nice. A great randomizing factor about what resources are going to be available to you. But the cool thing about both of these is that they come with almanacs that have super educational information about Marie Curie and Darwin and all of the stuff that they did.
It's super cool.
It's actually, these are both really cool games, and they can both be used. They're both good games, first of all. They're fun games. But then on top of that, there's that extra level of you can actually learn something about a prominent person from history.
Like in the Footsteps of Darwin, it has the scientific names for the animals. In the almanac, or in the notes at the back, it has like notes about each species, where they were discovered, what they ate, how big they were. And I just found it super interesting. And Marie Curie has
an almanac that, one of the mechanisms of the game is a timeline of her life. And that's the thing that keeps track of how long the game's going to be and when the game's going to end. Is, when she was born is when it starts, and when the year she died is when it ends, and there's points in between. Each one of those points has a little blurb about what happened in that event of her life. And then at the end of the almanac book, it actually has like a 3-page or 4-page
information about radiation.
Just introductory information about
radioactivity
and radiation. So both of these games are really fun.
I learned from the almanac of this book something that I'd never learned before, that Marie Curie kept a bottle of radium by her bed as a nightlight, because it glowed.
I'm like,
in 1845 or
maybe
something.
If it doesn't glow. No, that was at the of course.
She died in 1843 or something. So
we made Blake throw up.
What? Why?
He said learning in games. Blah. Let's see.
She died
No, it's right here. Yeah.
1934 she died.
Marie Curie also kept a sample of radium on her bedside table as a nightlight. And it has a little artwork picture of something glowing green on her. I'm like, maybe not keep the glowing rock.
This is in,
next
1920s.
to your head. But then
nobody had night lights.
But then you have this understanding radioactivity.
Oh, it was so cool.
And
Blake, you're missing out.
This kind of
Should read this.
It's really neat. But each of the different spots on the on the game board. It has a little bit of an explanation of what event took place at that time.
Super cool. All right,
And the
catch
one
up
that
on
really
chat.
kind of, check this out, radium in fashion.
Oh yeah, yes, yes.
So radium became a worldwide fad, considered a new magic potion that could cure all ailments. This led to the development of an industry for its extraction and also for its use in various sectors. At that time, one could buy radium matches. Like, I'm going to start my fire with radium. Rejuvenating creams. Let's rub this radioactive material on my skin. Ah, it's wonderful.
Definitely.
Cigarettes.
Let's just literally
Toothpaste.
ingest it.
Baby powder, and even radium fountains to drink radioactive water. How about them apples, Doug? In France, the company Thoradia sold a radium-based beauty cream in pharmacies prescribed by a so-called Dr. Alfred Curie, who never existed. Containing small quantities of radium, it was supposed to erase facial wrinkles. Its slogan, "Science has created Thoradia to beautify women, for them to enjoy it. Who wants to remain ugly?"
That's
Fortunately, a gram of radium cost a fortune at that time. Most products touting its virtues contained only tiny quantities, probably tiny enough to remain harmless. So that's good. However, in the 1920s, the marketing of supposed radium-containing remedies caused numerous victims, especially in the United States.
This is creepy.
The most notorious case was that of Eben Byers, a steel magnate who died from radiation poisoning in 1932 after losing his jaw. Between 1927 and 1930, he drank nearly 1,400 bottles of Radithor. That's something I probably would want to drink. Water containing radium salts touted as a miracle cure with energizing properties. Awareness of the dangers of radium began to emerge, but it was not until 1937 that it was banned for non-medical usages. It continued to be used until the late 1950s for its photoluminescent properties before being finally abandoned and replaced with other elements in radiotherapy.
Point is, this game has a lot of information in it.
Yeah,
Really cool.
It's really cool.
Really
cool.
Catch up on chat. You're behind.
Hey, crack the whip much?
Yep. No, actually, I don't.
Let's see here.
I don't have my watch, but we should have that soon.
Why is this not okay? Because I see. Let's see. Just got Nyakuza in the mail this week. I'm so sorry. I did not mean to initiate a bag cleansing. Right? That's pretty much what you did, Andrew. It's all your fault.
We bring a bunch of different games that are colorful and visual and might want somebody that they go, ooh, I don't know what that is, but it looks interesting. So.
Campaign for North Africa, the Desert War. According to BGG, it only takes 6,000 minutes to play. Oh, they're still talking about games not to take to a church.
Not to take. Don't take that one.
It's actually a good discussion, Andrew. Yes, it is, Andrew. Thank you. You're welcome. I just answered thank you with you're welcome. Why did I do that? I don't know. Thank you, Andrew. Boom. Love Letter is a great game for new gamers, despite what Sam says. Sure. Which of the In the Footsteps did you like more? I like Marie Curie more, but it's because I like the Cube Tower.
Cube Tower.
The In Footsteps of Darwin is really cool. It's moving the ship around, choosing what tile you're going to add to your journal, which is your player board. It's really fun. I enjoy it, but I like Marie Curie better because I really am enthralled by that Cube Tower.
I love the Cube Tower in Marie Curie, but I like the visual aspect of Darwin. Like you're placing it on a tableau and you're kind of moving things around visually.
Tom says, I didn't notice far away in the bags you take.
If Daphne packed it, she would have been far away.
Learning in games, I'm kidding. I actually really like Darwin and Curie. Yeah. I own Far Away, haven't gotten it played yet. Same with Forest Shuffle, sadly.
Who said that? Who said they own it?
Andrew.
Andrew? It's, Sam doesn't love it.
Yeah, he knows. Both Footsteps games have been kind of gently tugging at my interest. If it's not going to break the bank for you, I can highly recommend both of them. They're great family level games.
Yeah, they were good.
And they're great for introductory level type games. Mm-hmm. They're probably not exactly introductory level. They're probably next steppers, in my opinion. But if somebody's interested in the theme can do a lot.
Absolutely.
Theme can do a lot to bring people along further down the road.
Even if somebody says, I wrote my senior thesis on Marie Curie. Yeah. Well, then you should play this game.
Blake says, I love how Sam likes to read half of my comment. He ignored the part in which I was joking. I actually like both Darwin and Curie. Well, I just saw the big emoji, the puke emoji that you put up there. Those tend to stand out, Blake. Duck and cover. Blake, it's based on Forrest Gump.
Forrest Shuffle.
Huh? Is Forrest Shuffle like the Cupid Shuffle? Oh, no. I don't know what the Cupid Shuffle is.
Truffle Shuffle.
It's not anything like the Truffle Shuffle. Let's all stare at the nuclear bomb explosion. Yeah.
I mean...
Or put the radioactive battery in our cell phone next to our brain.
Yep, that's what we do still.
Koss is here. I was just talking about you the other day too, man. You have great chemistry. You two have great chemistry on camera. I'd watch without games involved. Well, thank you, Koss. I appreciate you. Far Away is a good game, says David Brownlee. Well, everybody is wrong about something. That's just the way that goes. By the way, played Thunder Road Carnival of Chaos recently a few times. I may prefer that method of play to the normal Thunder Road Vendetta. I do too. What? Sam's never danced the Cupid Shuffle? What is that?
I don't know what the Cupid Shuffle is.
It sounds dirty.
Truffle Shuffle.
I've never done the Truffle Shuffle.
Don't search anything.
I'm not going to search anything like that either. No, I'm not going to do it.
No.
I want to.
No.
I'm not going to.
Nope. You know, this is a work computer. They can track everything you do.
I'm scared to find out what you said about me the other day. Tell me privately so I don't get embarrassed. No, it wasn't anything. It was just It was a miscommunication. I was talking about. It was just a miscommunication. I thought somebody was talking about you, but they were talking about somebody else. But it made me think about you. That's all. Cupid Shuffle is danced at every wedding. Cupid Shuffle? All right, I'm looking it up.
Oh,
I'm looking it up.
I don't know.
It's better not be nasty.
Don't be. I'm scared.
All right.
Wicks.
Oh,
What
don't.
are you doing?
Shush. Skip. Stupid ad.
That's the video. What is that song?
I have no idea.
I don't know it. Nope, not in my wedding. Nobody did that. No.
I have no idea.
Nope. We don't know. Okay, go back to your comments.
I don't think we've got to the Cupid Shuffle yet. Oh, it's that.
It's just a dance, yeah.
It's just that, I guess. No, I've never done the Cupid Shuffle. I actually don't dance. Period. Again.
It's one of Sam's downfalls.
Is it
one
really?
One of his only ones.
I do it for other people, though. Because if I dance, people are going to throw up.
No.
It's just the way it goes.
You could rock a country swing with me.
If history taught us anything, you need the music. No, I don't. I don't want the music. I would advise against Googling it.
That's what I said.
Well, somebody said it's done at every wedding. Okay, well then it can't be that bad if it's done at every wedding, which is a hyperbolic statement. Because no wedding that I've been to has had that being played or danced that I recall. And I was not inebriated at any of them. So, but my memory is not what it used to be. But at the same time, I think I probably would remember. Thank you. I always tell people I dance like a drunken orangutan having a seizure. See?
I think he could
Motion
rock.
sickness
If
would
he-
induce.
He did a little West Coast swing.
If
I
not
would be
the
all-
hokey pokey, Sam doesn't know it. That's right.
I mean, I used to be addicted to the hokey pokey. But I've turned myself around.
Oh my gosh. The joke is not funny at all, but how much you cracked yourself up with it, that's what's funny.
Tears
Oh
rolling down
my gosh. My goodness gracious. See, that was good for you because it's actually believable that you would have been addicted to the hokey pokey. Mary Beth loves to dance.
I know she does. That's
Never
why I
said
like
there's
her.
anything wrong with dancing. I just don't dance.
We gotta wrap it up.
I have no responses, Jessie, Andrew says. Yeah, see?
Come on. That was good.
Owned.
Come on.
I'm
Andrew,
clumsy,
that was
which
good.
I inherited from my mom, even though she claims that's not something you can inherit. It is
I think it is.
absolutely.
I think it is.
Let's talk about this for a little bit.
Dante just dropped a bag of River Valley Glassworks on the floor.
And,
last night.
and apparently knowing how to place a
Clamp a
bag
chip
clip
with.
on a bag of chips is also something that can or cannot be inherited. Because, oh my goodness, never thought I would have to explain to a 16-year-old how to put a bag clip on a bag of chips. But apparently that's something you have to do. We literally picked up a bag the other day that had a bag clip on it. It was folded and everything. Problem was, only one side of the bag was actually folded, and it was still wide open. But hey, I put the bag clip on it. Thanks. Thank you so much.
Oh, come on. That was good. We
It
have to
was
go.
good at making me speechless, I suppose, Andrew says. Yeah,
Andrew, that was good.
that was...
Oh, we have to go.
Says the man who puts board game lids on upside down.
Did you?
Actually, both of these are not.
Any of these might be, but
I usually do not. I fix them. I usually go to great lengths to fix them as well. Anyway, that
giggling.
wasn't certainly a thing you said.
What didn't I say? What didn't Sam say?
I have no idea. That was certainly a thing you said. Okay. Jessie held hamster roll upside down.
Oh, well, that's possible.
That's her.
That's me, not you.
Not moi. Not moi.
That's possible.
All right, we are going to get out of here, though. We've got some peeps coming over in just a little bit, and we've got to make sure that the kids are up and moving around. So we do have to get to it. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate you being here. I do not know what's going on Friday. I'm sorry, on Monday. So I will let you know by scheduling a fireside chat on Monday, if indeed there is going to be one. If I'm not going to be around, then I will have it. I will not have it, but if I'm gonna be around, I will have it. So there you have it. Thank you for joining us. But go check out Western Contingent on Monday morning or early afternoon-ish. I don't know exactly when it's going to be put up, but that will be put up on Monday morning over on the Dice Tower. Jessie's joke was certainly words that she said.
That I've said in my life.
Interesting.
Maybe. Yes.
It rolls better when you take it out of the box. That's true, it does.
Hamster
Thanks,
roll.
guys. Bye, all.
It
Have a
does,
great
it
weekend.
does.
Have a great day. Time for me to go eat and look at the board game store. God bless you guys. Fantastic. And chat is amazing as always. Bye all. See you later.
Bye, you guys.
Take it easy. We'll see you on the flip side. Bye-bye.